Цей місяць відзначення жертв Голодомору. На запрошення директорки Тереси Баріди відвідаємо українську цілоденну школу імені кардинала Йосифа Сіпого Витобико, де дітям підготовлено програму пам'яті про цю трагедію нашого народу.
A solemn observation to think about and remember those millions, not a few, not a dozen, not even 100, but millions and millions of people whose lives were taken away from them because they were not given something that we have every day, that we throw out every day.
Each year, our school pays tribute to the millions of lives lost during the Holodomor of 1932 to 1933. This year marks the 82nd year when millions of Ukrainians were starved to death.
Before 1932, Ukraine was considered to be the breadbasket of Europe. Ukraine, with the richest black fertile soil, Chornozem, produced tons and tons of wheat. So what happened to all the wheat? A system of government took it all away. Joseph Stalin ordered that it be taken away.
His regime was responsible for the death of millions of Ukrainians and other ethnic groups living in the region. It was Stalin who used food as a weapon. All grain crops, all food, all animals, all property was taken away from the people. All they had ever owned now became the property of the state.
Any person or child caught stealing even one seed of grain, their punishment was harsh. They were either executed or sent to prison for 10 years.
Of 25 regions, 18 were heavily affected. Житомир,
Хмельницький,
Вінниця,
Київ,
Одеса,
Чернігів,
Черкаси,
Кіровоград,
Полтава,
Миколаїв,
Херсон,
Дніпропетровськ,
Запоріжжя,
Донецьк,
Луганськ,
Кубань,
Суми.
Харків.
Hearts were aching from the sorrow of fathers and mothers still alive, to see their children dead in furrows. In land so fertile, whole Europe could thrive.
What remains for us to do? We as Canadian citizens and the future leaders of a global society continue to face challenges in restoring historical injustices for all victims of all genocides and abuse of human rights. From bullying in the school to dictatorships in politics, the end result is similar. It is abuse of human dignity and worth. We must remember it. We must take time each November to let the world know about this horror.
And it's not forgotten for the reasons that we do not repeat the sin. So it doesn't happen again. But it's forgiven so we can move on. That we can look at the faces that suffered, but also that we can look at the faces of today, the faces here, the faces full of hope, energy, the faces of the future, that remembering that great sin will prevent it from ever happening again.
My grandmother was a survivor of the Holodomor, and she once told me that she hoped that the victims of the Holodomor would not only be remembered, but that they would be honored. Honored, she said, means not just remembering or commemorating, but also learning from what happened and taking the steps to make sure that a tragedy like this one never happens again.